Hi everybody. Today I wanted to review the TP-Link Smart Plug. So let's take a look. This is the smart plug. Specifically, this is the P115, and it has energy monitoring and Wi-Fi. So it's like pretty thick. It, sticks out from your outlet pretty far, so keep that in mind. Also, it's pretty wide. So if you're plugging this into a power strip or you're sharing a plug, you might not be able to fit something else on this side. So that actually happened to me. I have like a 2 outlet extender, like extension cord, and it didn't fit like another wider brick. So I actually went on a hunt for a much smaller brick, and I was able to squeeze in the small brick to, split the difference between these two things. So keep that in mind with where you want to have this. These are pretty handy for being able to remotely control like anything that you want to plug back into the front of this. So you can use that for a lot of things. You can have a voice control to turn on a TV. You can have voice control to turn on a coffee machine. You can create automations within the app. Specifically what I do is I have 2 lamps plugged into 2 different plugs. I have the smart hub, and I also have the smart switch. And I create an automation within the app to, when the plugs are off, press the button, turn the plugs on, and then the same thing in reverse. So when the lights are on, when you press the button, the lights will actually turn off. So that's my specific use case. And then there's energy monitoring too. So if you're really curious on how much power something uses, you can, keep it plugged in, let it run for a while, and then do your own calculations. Within the app, you will be able to program your rates from your energy company, and it's super granular to be able to choose one rate if it's constant, or specific peak, mid-peak, off-peak timing on specific days and hours. So it's really great if you have that type of pricing scale, and then you want real life estimates on how much something might cost. So for me, what I did, I put one of these in the basement because I was really curious on how much energy I was using from my dehumidifier that intermittently runs. So I can kind of track that on a monthly basis and see, oh, okay, the dehumidifier used this much this month, this much this month, and then, so on and so forth from that point. So these have been fairly helpful for my specific use case. And hopefully this quick little walkthrough of the smart plug was helpful. So thanks for watching. Here is a walkthrough of the app. So you have groups for certain things if you like, and then you can see all your plugs here. If you go into one of your plugs, I have dehumidifier in the basement, and you can also check your energy usage, which is useful in this case. You can toggle between day, month, year, and then you could update your billing settings. For me, I have singular billing, but you could change it to periodic if that's the type of billing that you have. And then when we go back, you can also synchronize this bill setting to all devices, which is super useful. And then if you go back into your power settings, you can check on how much power it's used in the past 24 hours or 7 days, which is useful if you want that stat for that specific device that you have plugged in. And then if you go into the Smart tab, you can create shortcuts to turn off all lights or devices or turn on all lights and devices. So for me, I've created automations that use those shortcuts with a bunch of when you press the button, if the lights are off, then trigger that automation. And then you could do the same in reverse. So that was the off switch. And then the other thing is if you long press on one of those, you could duplicate, which is useful if you have like this, turn on, turn off, and that makes it pretty straightforward.